Okay, Instagram. I'm back. And I don't like that. I don't like the fact that, okay, Instagram just did whatever Instagram did, and I don't really appreciate that. I just like to say that for the record. But I'm here. I made it. Never would have made it. Feel some type of way about that. I put my hard sweat. Peace and greetings. Welcome, Amy. Long time no see. Put my heart, blood, sweat, and tears into my video, and only for Instagram to just simply say, you ain't got enough internet for all that. We're gonna shut that out. We're gonna shut that down. I don't even, is your internet working?
It's funny.
It's weird. I would think that it wouldn't be doing this. Like, if I'm in Africa, it makes sense. You know, it's places in Africa, we in the bush. But here in Atlanta, like, why are y'all doing this? It feels personal. It feels personal. It feels personal. How have you been, love? I love the hair color change. New color. Who is this? How long have you had it? Am I just late? I haven't been on Instagram, like, for real, for 2 years. So forgive me if I am late and you've had it for 2 years and I just haven't noticed it. Yeah, okay. So today, it was like blonde before. I know it was like, it was blonde. It wasn't brown. You were like blonde before, right? It was a light color. It was a light color. Don't quote me. It wasn't like blonde, but it definitely was not brown. That's what I can confirm for the record. It wasn't brown. Okay. Oh my goodness. Pink, purple, like the whole head purple. I bet that would be really cute. The whole head purple. Yes. Like a fuchsia or a deep purple. Which one? Okay, which one? So, if I forget, please remind me. I know you're having a live soon. Well, not soon, but next month. And I want to attend. I know it's going to be good. I'm so proud of you. Look who's a little business owner. Over there owning a little business. And how's our bae? Yes. Ash is probably a good name for it then. Because I know it was not brown. It was definitely not brown. It was definitely, yeah, not brown. So, peace and greetings. Baby pink, lilac, and pearl silvery. I'm going to need you to send me a picture directly. Like, DM me a picture of, I can't even imagine a whole unicorn vibe in your hair. So, please, DM me. And just send me one of the best pictures that you have with this hair. Just in case, you know. I might need it. I might need it later. I don't know what I'll need it for, but just in case. So, peace and greetings, Mojo. Welcome back. My internet had been a little slow today, so I apologize for the transition. Welcome, Felicia. So happy to see you. Long time no see. All right, so let's get back into it. Today, what are we talking about? We are talking about levels to growth. Levels to growth. Peace and greetings. Welcome, sunshine. We're just giving some more people a chance to come on in. Apparently, come one, come all. Come on in. Peace and greetings. Welcome into the room. There is space in the room. We have seats here. Come on in. Get comfortable. Have a seat. Get something to drink. Get a pillow. Get comfortable. Today, the topic is levels to this. There are levels to growth. There are levels to evolution. There's levels to spirituality, right? Spirituality, just like everything else, has levels to it. And the question is, what level are you on? When it comes to your spiritual journey, what level are you on? What level are you on? What level do you think you're on? right? Are you thinking, okay, you know what? I'm just now getting started in this, or I started and then I stopped, so I'm like level 1. I started years ago and I've been going strong. I'm level 5. What level are you when it comes to your spirituality? What level? And when we talk about levels, it's really important to just acknowledge that this isn't a race. It's not about spirituality being a race. But just like anything else in your life, when you dedicate time, when you dedicate energy, when you dedicate attention to it, you want to know if you're actually making progress, right? Are you making progress, or are you at the same place that you were at last year? That's what that's about. So let me know, what level do you feel like you're on? Mojo earlier said that the feeling is around a 3-4. Okay. For me, I know what level I'm at. Clearly, I have the guide right here. So I'm gonna put you on Instagram. You know what? You want to play around with my clothes? You want to play around? Yeah. You want to play? Yeah. So you see, she's wearing my clothes. Do you see that? Do you see that? I did not give any rights for permission to my clothes, and yet that's what she's doing, putting on my clothes as if that's okay, and somebody needs to come and get her. So when it comes to your spiritual levels, what level are you at? So there are 5 levels that I have outlined for spiritual development and spiritual growth. Like I was saying before on the first live, when it comes to spirituality is a really great way. Don't laugh at that. Spirituality is a really great way to identify maturity. It's about maturity. It's about what level are you when it comes to maturity. Because we know that the higher you go on the spiritual ladder is the more mature you are, the more higher self you are. When we talk about being your highest self, that is on the high scale of the ladder. You are your highest self because you are not bogged down by other people's emotions. You are not swayed by other people's negativity. You are not bothered, in essence. But when you are on the lowest scale of spirituality, you are anchored in ego, whether it's your ego or whether it's you being triggered by somebody else's ego. That is where we have identified the concepts of being in your feelings, right? You're in an immature state. You're not able to process things that happen. When you're in that low level of spirituality is when you think that everything is about you. Every action that somebody else takes, you take it personally, and you're like, they did this to me, versus they did this and I have been affected by it, but they did not do it to me. So there's levels to it. There's levels to spirituality. There's levels to evolution. And for your viewing and learning pleasure, I have created a nice little sweet worksheet. A guide. Let's call it a guide. It's a guide. Peace and greetings, Isis. Welcome. I created a guide to assist you on identifying what level you are on spiritually. Do you see the guide? It's called Stages of Evolution. It's a little guide right there, and then it has all the different levels, and it's a great guide. Okay, so let me go over the stages of spirituality according to the guide. So the first stage is awareness. The second stage is the action stage, which is self-care. The third stage, did y'all hear that? Okay, good. The third stage is love. The fourth stage is alignment. And the fifth stage is ascension. So let me go over that again, because I did just get a call in the middle of going over these stages. So we're talking about the spiritual stages, so you can see where you are on that. Okay, where you are on that ladder, where you are on that scale. And if you're watching right now and you feel so inclined to share the live with your friends, share it with your people, share it with your audience, invite them in, and tell them, pull up, about to be off in about 3 minutes. So pull up. All right, so the 5 stages of evolution. This is the 5 stages of spirituality. And the goal here is to be listening out for which stage and which level you are on. So there's 5 stages. The first one is awareness. The second one is the action stage of self-care. The third stage is love. The fourth stage is alignment. And the fifth stage is ascension. So now that you have the different levels, where would you say you are before I give you the full definition of these levels? Where would you say you are? Are you at stage 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Okay. Did everybody get that? Did everybody get all 5 of those stages? Right? Because this is the thing about the spiritual levels and the spiritual stages. We all have to start at level 1. We all have to start at level 1. None of us are, okay, give thanks. None of us are coming into spirituality starting off at level 5. None of us are coming into spirituality starting off already having gone through everything and knowing everything. We all start at the beginning. And the beginning is awareness. So let me just go over a little bit more in depth what it actually means, so you understand more about these levels of spirituality. So the first level is awareness, right? So let's say spiritually, right now you are working on having a loving relationship with yourself. So the first stage would be in you becoming aware that, wait a minute, I have not been taking care of myself. Like, I have been doing everything for everybody else. I have been taking care of everybody else. I've been putting myself last. I have been neglecting myself. My hair hasn't been washed. My feet haven't been done. I'm sitting over here taking my mom to get her feet done, but I haven't even got my feet done. It's awareness, right? So that is the first stage. The first stage is just becoming aware that something ain't right. Something is not right. And I'm not happy with this. Okay, so you could be going along, functioning, doing regular stuff, but it's not enough for you anymore. You're becoming aware it's not enough. This isn't enough. I've timed out of this. Okay, so the first stage is awareness. The second one is the action stage. That one is self-care. So that's when your actions start to reflect that discomfort. Your actions start to say, okay, well, let me go ahead and buy myself a pedicure and treat myself to a pedicure. Let me go ahead and buy a new outfit for this birthday party because I want to look nice and I haven't gotten anything for myself. So that's the second stage. It's action oriented. You're not just complaining about something, but you're doing something about what you don't like. You're taking action, right? So that's the second stage. The third stage is all about your emotional state. The third stage is all about how you feel about the transition. So here, this is when the actions, you've put in action, you've put in work. I want you to think of it like putting coins in a piggy bank. So you've taken the steps, you've taken the action, you've put the actions in the piggy bank, you put it in the piggy bank, and now the piggy bank is full and your cup has runneth over. So now you are in that place where the emotions are present. You're in the love stage. That is the third stage, right? So the first is awareness. The second is action, self-care. The third is love. And that is the emotional stage when things begin to penetrate the surface and start running over. Now, in this stage, you're feeling renewed, you're feeling love, and you're feeling appreciation. So this is a very important stage. All right. So the fourth stage, alignment. Okay. So now this is when you're no longer centered around taking action, but now instead of action and the heart space, your intuition is starting to kick in. So now you're not going through the process of just following, okay, well, every 2 weeks, I'm going to get my hair done. Every, 3 weeks, I'm going to get my nails done. It's when you're starting to be in a flow, right? When you're in alignment, you're in a flow and you're honoring your intuition. You're listening to what you say about it versus going online and looking up, well, how to do self-care. Now you're saying, well, what feels good to me and what feels right to me? And I'm going to follow that. So that is when we see people really starting to trust intuition, really starting to hear from spirit guides, really starting to see synchronicities, right? When everybody's seeing the 111s and the 444s and the 222s and the 5, 8, 9s, or whatever numbers you're seeing. That is that level. That's level 4. That is alignment, okay? Then we go on and we hit level 5. And level 5 is ascension. Ascension is such a glorious stage because that is when you are no longer thinking about it. You're no longer intuiting. You're no longer just having to take action, but you're in a place of being. I am it. I am self-love. Not I have to do self-love or I have to, work on self-love. No, I am self-love. I live this. I am not new to this. I am true to this. This is the essence of who I am. Anyone who comes around my presence will also benefit from this particular energy as well because I am exuding it. As I carry myself throughout the world, I am exuding it. So ascension is the place where we see that the heart, the mind, and the body all click. Okay? You're no longer just thinking about it. You're no longer just feeling it. You're no longer just experiencing it, but you're being it. You're in balance. You're in harmony. Many of the things that you have learned on this path to these five levels, they become automatic. They become ingrained. They just become a part of who you are. And ultimately, downloads, spiritual work, and healing expands at this level. So now it's not just you, but now other people are affected, right? Maybe you are also affecting your friends. Now they're taking notice. Now they're like, girl, what you been doing? I see you looking different. You smelling different. You eating different. Now we have ascended, okay? So tell me, now that I have explained all 5 levels, before I go, where do you fall on this scale when it comes to your growth, your evolution, your spiritual journey? Where are you on this particular scale? Are you at number 1 with, what is number 1? Awareness? Are you at number 2 with self-care? Are you number 3 with love, 4 with alignment, or 5 with ascension? Give thanks. Okay, Goddess Sunshine says number 4. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So she is at alignment when things are falling into place. All right. Yes. Give thanks. Alignment is honestly one of my favorite places to be because I'll be like, oh, I knew that. Oh, yes, I knew that. Confirmation. Okay, Mojo. So, Mojo, you said 3 to 4. Tell me why you and you can oscillate. But tell me why you say 3 to 4. Are we like 80% alignment and 20% love, or are we like 80% love but we're making our way? We're making our way into alignment. Like where are we exactly at when it comes to juggling this particular play? And some of us can go. You can actually go back and forth between these stages like pretty often. Usually we oscillate between 1 and 2, or 2 and 3, and 3 and 4. It usually isn't as extreme as 5 and 2 or 3 and 1. We don't usually do that, but we usually go in between these different phases as we are growing into the next level. Now, if you want this particular guide, you can absolutely get the levels of evolution. It is in my link. You can go to my link and you can actually access the PDF and get this guide. You don't even need to put in your email address. You can get the guide. You can download it. You can print it off. All of that stuff is there. There's also some meditations there. Peace and greetings. Welcome. There's some meditations there. There's just some really good stuff in my link. So hit my link and you can go ahead and get this particular guide if you want to just kind of track yourself. But I am going to be doing an entire workshop around this very soon because there's so much that we don't know about spirituality. There's so much that we don't know about the spiritual journey. And a lot of what I want to make sure that we understand as we're stepping into Age of Aquarius, because we're here now, is that it's not just about your spiritual journey anymore. It's not just about you doing your work anymore. It's about you and your work in the collective, baby. It is about the collective. And there's so much that I have already benefited from in taking the steps that I have as of late to really honker things in with my spiritual journey. But one of the most important things that I've done to really support myself on this particular path is being involved in community. The community is going to be big. Well, not it's going to be. Well, it's getting bigger. Let's say that. It's getting bigger. Okay, and Mojo says, with more consistency, give thanks. With more consistency, very close to alignment. Tell me, what do you think that you should be more consistent with? I'm just curious. Indulge me and tell me what you think you should be more consistent with. And can anybody tell me what flag this is in my hair? I'm just, since we're here, can anybody tell me what flag I am wearing? And don't be trifling and go look it up. Don't be trifling and go type it in Google, because I'm not playing. Okay? I just want you to tell me if you feel like just drop it in the comment section what flag she got in her hair. Okay? That's it. All right. Ritual and routine. I love it. I may need to have you come on. I may need to invite you as a little guest on my next live, so you can talk about your experience in this transition, because I am here for it. Can I admit something to you all? Can I admit that I have been so rigorous and so on top of my spiritual gang for some past years, and especially with going to Africa? Like, I've done my healing work till sometimes I can feel like I'm very out of touch with what people are going through at these other levels. And truth be told, let me just make it clear. You have to, it's important to acknowledge that we'll be starting over again, right? When you get to number 5, you essentially are going to go back to number 1 again, but just a different area, right? So let me break that down so you really understand what I'm saying. When you let's say you master self-love, that's great. Like, I'm a master at self-love. Mastery at the level that I practice it and I preach it and I can teach it and train other people how to train other people. Okay? So master at self-love. But you know what I haven't mastered yet? Loving myself through finances and making sure that my money matches my level of self-love, to where I'm getting paid. I get paid every day. I get paid, and you already know where there's a will, there's a way. Hey, right? That's where we going. And so because that's where I'm going, that means that I had to start back at level 1 again when it came to finances, and then go to level 2, and then go to level 3. So essentially, when you master one thing, you essentially become a baby again in something else. That is how life works. It is an ongoing process. So getting to the top, getting to bliss, getting to ascension, it doesn't mean you've ascended in all things, in all areas. You're finished with life. Take me out of here. When is the next spaceship? No, that's not what that means. Okay. Now, I will say this. There is a body of people who I've been studying for probably about 3 strong years now that did ascend on all areas of life. And we know them to be called the Mayans, right? We know the Mayans actually ascended. What we know about the story, or what we know about the records, is that the Kemetic, the Egyptians, the original Nubian Kemetic Egyptians, they died for the most part and became nomadic because the Arabs came in and pushed them down to Sudan and then kind of slayed the rest of them who were living at the southern part of Egypt. So there's a very small number of Nubians now, and those are the people who are responsible for building the pyramids and building the temples in ancient Egypt. However, those same pyramids and those same temples can be found in Latin America, in Central America, in parts of Mexico. And the difference is that those people are considered to be the Mayans. They are indigenous and they are Mayans. And those people actually ascended. They ascended, right? So they went through the process of all of these different levels, and then they got to ascension. But the thing that makes the Mayans so significant for me is that the Mayans did not just ascend as as individuals, right? They didn't just ascend as individuals. They ascended as a collective, which means all of them, right? All of them ascended together. And that's such a big deal. And let me tell you why that's such a big deal. Did y'all hear that? Am I good? Am I online? Give thanks. All right. How hard would it be to get everybody in your family all on the same page when it came to being aligned, when it came to trusting their intuition, when it came to trusting their inner voice, when it came, like, how hard would that be? How hard would that be? Would that be an easy task for you? Because it certainly wouldn't be an easy task for me. And we can even just speak about the members of our immediate family: mom, dad, brothers, sisters. How easy would it be to get everyone on the level of self-care? Right? It's not easy. And that's within your own immediate family. Right? Then add a few kids, add a few teenagers to that mix. Now now abort. Mission over with. Okay? So that is something to think about in our modern day society. Now, imagine the Mayans didn't just do that with the nuclear family. They did that with the whole entire tribe of people. The whole entire conglomerate of Mayans deuced up and said, we are out of here. They're probably in the Sirius star right now. They're probably in another dimension, in another galaxy. They probably created their own galaxy. Because they were all functioning as a community. Remember what I said. In Age of Aquarius, before it was your attention, it was your focus. Are you going to be able to what's going on? Are you going to be able to function on a level of awareness? Now it's not about just you and your awareness, baby. It's about you and your community. Because when we are shut out, when food ain't food no more, when the food is all poisoned, right? When Bill Gates done bought up everybody's farmland and the food is all poisoned, when you ain't got nowhere to go because you got to have a microchip to get there. When everything is all shut down in the matrix, where is your community? And we're not talking about family. There's a difference between family and community. Your family are the group of people who are connected to you by blood. But your community is the people who are aligned with who you are. You all share the same values. You believe in the same thing. You're rowing together. You're rowing together. So there are levels to it. Okay? There are levels to it. And I want you to understand that the most important factor right now is certainly your community. And you all know I have my own community, Chambers of a Goddess. It's for spiritual women who are on the spiritual journey. So I give thanks. I give praise for you. I'm blowing kisses. We got Deity. We got Sunshine. Peace and greetings. Thank you so much for being here. We got Mojo. You all make sure you get the guide. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'll be back on again tomorrow. I love you so much. Bye.